think the battle computer could be run on the spider, since the spider doesn't really care if it's targeting. And then we could run the full sniper sensors on everybody else. I think we have 3 of them. Oh, the FCS standard has bonuses versus thermal already. How does this compare to the other one then? All right, so zoom accuracy increase. Okay. Zoom accuracy increases every 300 meters. Accuracy bonus of up to 1 increasing with range. Thermal vision. Range accuracy bonus of 1 against overheating targets. I think the other one was a range bonus of 5. And it's every 100 points of overheat, we get another +1. So the other one is just a better version of this. Okay, it's more specialized. Better against heating targets. No bonus to range. This unit's never going to want to shoot at range, so that's fine. We actually do have support weapon hard points on this unit, although we're pretty much out of slots on this guy. I think for this one, what we're going to end up doing is pull the battle computer, put in better sensors here, drop the FCS standard, put in the heat one, and then, although I don't know if I want the heat one on this one, but we'll see. And then, I don't know if we had a cockpit upgrade or not. I'd love to get more Guardian ECM in here as well. But I don't think we're going to have the weight on this guy. And the other big rebuild is going to be on the line holder. Kind of want to turn the line holder out. I mean, we could see too. Oh, the other thing is heat on this guy, right? So we did pick up a exchanger. So if we put that in here, has a weight of 2. We could pull 2 heat sinks for that. I don't think we're over our engine heat sinks, right? This wants to be running internal free 8, external 2. So we can, as long as we're running at least 2 heat sinks, we've done that. So that right there keeps us at weight, gets the exchanger in. Exchanger is minus 15% heat generated for all of our guns, although we now can blow ourselves up with that. It's gonna suck when we get just crit in the fucking torso and explode instantly. But here we are. Could put this on an arm, but I'd rather not. Okay. I mean, we could also try to put the medium pulse on right now, which are, or the medium magma, all of which are higher damage, right? I mean, we look at this. Currently, we're alpha striking for 68 heat, apparently. Hello, fallacies. Which means we're still really over our heat. I mean, this basically broke even, right? We gained 6 and lost 6. No, we got minus 15% heat generated, which has got to be a lot for this, right? We're running, is that 9 with that or 9 without that? 9 without that. So what is 15% of 9? 1.35 or something? Let's make sure. Yeah. All right. So we gain 1.35 heat back per weapon, of which we are rocking like 8. 6, 7, 8. We're rocking 9 of these. So we gain 12 heat back per round with that heat exchanger, not counting its base. So we just gained 12 heat. I wonder if that's on here or not. I mean, either way, that's a huge increase in heat efficiency for our team, right? We just basically got back an additional 3 heat sinks from putting that exchanger on. I wonder if it's enough that I can start substituting in better weapons. What are the stats on a medium laser versus a pulse laser? Do we have any pulse lasers sitting around? We got this sitting around. This is more heat, but more damage. And if we back out of this entirely, what is the line holder running for these medium pulse? So what does a medium pulse do? More heat by a lot, but also a lot more damage. And they're just better than regular lasers? Weighs more too. These are 2-ton lasers. I didn't know these were 2-ton lasers. All right, well, we're not short on... We don't have extra tonnage on the other mech. This should give us a lot of weight to play with if we're pulling off these 2-ton lasers. I thought these were 1-ton lasers. Okay, that's really interesting. I like this trade-off in general, I guess. The other lasers were doing 20. Yeah, that's a lot of extra damage. It's not quite as, it's not twice as much, but it's damn close. And it doesn't cost twice as much heat. It costs slightly less. So these are more heat efficient. Well, maybe not. Maybe not per damage. Huh. Okay. I don't think there's any room on the guy for that though. All right, comm suite is a cockpit upgrade, but not a sensor upgrade, so we can still get double sensor upgrades here. This guy also doesn't need that. I think I might be trying an FCS, a missile FCS on this guy and converting the line holder into a missile boat if we can, by pulling the medium pulse, putting on that SRM launcher on the arm and throwing in some ammo and case to support it. That might be okay. Kind of want these lasers off of it. No real reason, just not been very impressed with the medium lasers on this guy. And the only other things to think about then are what if anything are we pulling off this? I think we're pulling the sensor sniper off this guy and throwing in the battle computer to give everybody else initiative, which is fine. Doesn't need more than a standard that. I don't think we can do much else with this boat right now, this mech right now. It's doing kind of what we want it to do, minus the fucking tag laser not doing what it's supposed to be doing, which hopefully we'll figure out what we're doing wrong with that. I mean, I could drop this tag laser for this tag laser. Since currently this thing isn't doing anything that we can see. Might be interesting to try it, at least for one fight. Wish I knew if we were just using this wrong or not. The bonuses on this are actually be kind of nice if we could actually use it. All right. So everybody else is getting a sensor sniper except for this dude who's getting the battle computer. Can we do that in order? Probably. And then we're not putting pulses on this, or medium pulses on this, since we have mediums and we don't have weight. Okay. So I think what we can do then is pull the battle computer here. Pull the FCS standard. We're going to throw in is the thermal something we want on this thing? Is it better on this guy or the PPC? Kind of feel like when this guy jumps in, he needs all the accuracy boosts he can get. And I don't hate the range bonus that I get off the FCS standard for the PPC already. So I think probably better here. So throw this in here. Throw on a sensor sniper here. Are you allowed to chat? Yeah, you're allowed to chat. It is quiet in here. Monday. Is this game complicated? The game has a lot of stuff going on in it, which I think makes it fun for me anyways. All right. Don't think there's anything else we want to mess with on this. We're running the max jumps we can. We have the wing system. We're basically out of slots here, which is great. Running a lot of advanced text on this one. Seems like where I want it to be. We don't have any advanced cockpits for it. Seems fine. Okay. So I want that to happen. That's a 1-day change apparently. That's great. Are we happy with the armor distributions on this? Yeah, relatively happy with the armor distributions. Wouldn't mind a little bit more back armor, but seems okay. The only thing we could consider is swapping out one of these medium lasers for the additional heat version that does more damage. Wait, I have another exchanger? Oh, no, I haven't put the exchanger in yet. Okay, we gotta do that too. Pull off 2 heat sinks, throw in the exchanger. Yeah. I think there was, so that's up to 3 days, it's fine. What was I just looking at? I was thinking about I read the chat comment and my brain immediately exploded. I was looking, oh right, better laser. Do we want a hotter medium laser? I think we do. A little tiny bit more damage. A little tiny bit more heat. Sure. All right, goes up to 4 days. Seems okay. Okay. So you build these mechs, then you go PvP or kill stuff. It's not PvP. It's you ever played XCOM? Similar to that. This is the strategic layer. The tactical layer is you bring the mechs into combat. All right. We're running a mercenary company, basically. Put it on the arm. I don't want it on the arm. And the reason for that, Gorby, is when I am overheating, I use less weapons, and I want my more accurate weapons to be fired when I'm overheating, which I think are the medium lasers, right? The non-hot ones. So I think when I can only fire partial weapon systems, I'd rather have the accuracy, I think, than trying to mess with one that has more heat generation. So let's run this. All right, that gets that mech taken care of. We did just unlock some gear for the spider. Spider needs the battle computer. We'll drop the sensor sniper here. Plug in the battle computer. Okay. Do we want to try the tag, the modified tag here, since this one doesn't seem to be working? I kind of do, just to see what it's like. We have the refit time when we're traveling between systems to do it. So our mech bays can take a little bit of time to swap these weapons over. Let's put tag barrage in there and see how it goes. But it's more damage. The heat problems are mostly during Alpha Strike. I think... Yeah, I think I like my logic on that. Maybe you could convince me otherwise, but at the moment it feels like that's what I want. How do I feel about the Beagle probe on this guy? I'm fine with this still being on this guy. Okay, looks good. Let's confirm this as well. I'm really, really disappointed this wasn't working. Okay. All right, Hunchback, Spider being changed. Let's grab this is gonna be the big refit on the line holder. Let's just take a quick little baby refit on the Panther. All right, does have the sensor powered running Pirate FCS, which does not give us ranged accuracy, but does give us breaching shot, which I'm fine with. Forgot we had the Pirate FCS on this guy. That's fine. I don't think there's anything we can do to this guy that we care about right now, right? Could mess with its engine, but I kind of like its engine right now. I don't mind the armor distribution. Maybe we could just fuck around a little bit with this, drop its one arm, up its PPC arm. Maybe up that shoulder too. live with that. Okay. All right, all 3 of these I want down here. I don't know why it keeps moving them. And then let's take a look at refitting the line holder. So this is our big refit. This is the one we've been unable to do because we haven't had the mech bay time while we're in system. But when we're traveling between systems, hopefully this will be the one that takes a while. So I think I'm dropping the medium pulses off this guy. Or most of them. I want to drop the LRM. I want to make this into a medium missile boat. Did we want the comm suite here? So cramped cockpits on the little one. I mean, this might be something else we forgot about. I don't know that I really want this here. I might want this somewhere else. But it does give 1 tactics here. Tactics does give gives indirect fire ranged short messes with your short range modifier. I think the only thing it might be more helpful on is maybe the no, I don't think actually. I think it's fine here. Could be anywhere, I suppose, but okay, that's just the cockpit upgrade. We have the FCS standard here and sensors basic. We definitely want to increase the sensor basic to the sensor sniper. I want to put the Artemis missile system on here. It's just +1 accuracy with missiles over the standard. And then I want to see what we can do if we start really messing with this in terms of getting the missiles on. The medium pulses are a lot of decent damage, but a lot of weight and a lot of heat. Let's see if we try rocking the... also, how many rocket missile spots does it have? It's got 2 on that arm and 4 laser mounts, and that's it. Okay. So we're looking at this weapon system, which we've never used yet, which looks kind of cool, which is the heavy medium range missiles. Which we can actually fit right now. See a user child. All right. And then we also could throw on the SRM-6s if we want. This weighs another 3. The SRM-4s. We have a bunch of SRM-6s. We don't have to do that. We could just run these instead, but I kind of wanted to use this. The 20% jam chance is really high. What do we have for actual ammo for this, for SRM ammo? MRM ammo. So running this, like, this only gives us like 4 shots with this weapon, which is not a lot. The heavy medium range missile launchers fire volley of missiles and can use different ammo types. Does it tell me what ammo types it uses? Uses MRM ammo. That's not different ammo types. Yeah, it has a huge damage. So what I want to know about is, can I load SRM ammo into this or just HRM ammo into it? It's different ammo types. How do I tell what other ammo types? Is this another? This one is LK. Oh, I see. So it's just variations of HM. It's variations of heavy MRMs. Okay, got it. So we maybe would like to buy some more HRM ammo if we can, because currently we only get 4 volleys out of this. What does this shit do? -1 damage, +1 accuracy. I'm okay with that trade-off right now. AMS can shoot it down. We haven't had any AMS systems available to us yet. So this mech is still 4 tons underweight. Although I don't have a case system in here. And I kind of want to put... So let's look at the damage on this, right? So that's 240 damage. What do our actual SRMs, our short-range missiles, work for? If we were to put on like 2, I don't want ammo, I want weapons. 2 SRMs here. Like we could fit 2 SRM-6s doing 120 damage per round, so half the damage per round. Although 6 tons as opposed to 10 tons, we get quite a lot of tons back. All right, so let's figure out what this would look like if we kept running like this. We'd probably end up getting one of these medium pulses back. Maybe both the medium pulses back when we're overweight and there's nothing to really cut. I kind of want to keep the armor up pretty good. We could cut the Guardian ECM, although I like having this bonus. Hey, Kit Bear, thank you for the 40-month sub, man. Welcome back on your alt account. Much appreciated. I like having the Guardian ECM. Gives us a defensive buff for being in range, and he's probably pretty much the only one who has the weight to carry it right now. So I'm probably leaving that on, although I could take that off if we had to. Are melee builds visible? Yes, melee is... I don't know if melee is viable. We haven't got there yet. Is this mod good? Melee setup, rockin' are very good. Oh, I see. You're answering the question. Cool. We've started training a melee pilot, but we haven't got the gear for a melee build quite yet. Kind of hoping one of our mechs can be a dedicated melee mech later. We're still rocking our 5 jump jets, which I want. That's another way to dump weight, would be to dump jump jets, but the mobility off the jump jets has been really, really good, even though if it does fuck up our firing. So we could, for example, take this and downgrade the medium pulses to just mediums, which would be okay. I think we have a couple medium lasers remaining. We've got 3 non-pulse medium lasers, which is a lot of weight back if we want to run that. I want to get this case in because I'm a little bit concerned about this. Case prevents internal explosions traveling to the center torso. So this is if I store ammo in the... If I store ammo on the arm, probably doesn't matter then, right? Sounds like I only need it if it's in the torso. I don't know what the downside of storing ammo in the arm is. I guess getting shot off earlier. That's a fairly significant downside. So if I wanted to, we could move this over, throw in a case system there. Case doesn't weigh a lot. Swap out one of the medium pulses for a medium laser. Up the tonnage on armor. Really, ideally, we would like another round of ammo for that. We could even leave the ammo spot available. Something like this. 2 medium lasers. Up this to like 54 tons of arm, or up to 54. Leave a ton available for more HRM ammo when we pick it up. So we get a little bit more sustain in terms of number of shots. The heat efficiency on this mech becomes what then? Not great, but not terrible. We're going to run out of HRM ammo, or MRM ammo, excuse me, pretty damn early. And then it has 2 medium lasers for the final rounds. That's okay. I don't hate this variant. I don't think I have 2 units of HRM ammo, but if I do, that would be great. Oh, I do. Hey, fucking right, chat. Thank you for pointing that out. So we could do that. That's more exciting. All right, so what does this give us for alpha? So that runs 240 from the missiles, and then another 40 off the lasers, right? It's not amazingly heat efficient, but it's a pretty decent brawler. We get to up its armor a little bit, which would be nice. That's not terrible, but I want to look at the other variant of this. And the other variant of that is we don't run the... we get another 0.32 armor. The other variant of this is we are going to not run the heavy MRM, which I want to because I think it looks sweet as fuck, and I've never used one because it's a modded weapon. But if we didn't run that, there's no autocannon mounts on this guy, right? It does actually have an autocannon mount. We could put a fucking AC-20 on it too. Tonnage 14. No, we can't. But we could run the other variant would just be a bunch of SRMs, right? Because we do have 2 launchers here. So the way it works for setting up modules is this is the number of modules we can mount there. So mounting bigger ones means we get more damage from the number of launcher slots. But we can try spreading it out with something like a Streak 4 and a SRM 6 or something. Streak launchers only fire when all shots will hit. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, chat? It will only fire when all of them will hit. Yeah, but that doesn't... Repeating it doesn't fucking help me. Translate that into English, because that isn't English. Every shot you take is a percent chance to hit. Nothing has guaranteed everything hits. And these things don't indirect fire because they're SRMs. Maybe SRMs do. I don't know. I don't understand what that means. If one isn't gonna hit, it won't fire. In terms of what? So is it multiple launchers? So if I have 2 streak launchers, and that doesn't even make sense. So, okay, I've got a mech. It's standing there. It's got a 60% chance to hit my opponent. That's 60% per missile. How does it tell me that all of them are gonna hit or all of them aren't gonna hit? The missiles come from the same launcher. So how is it different on a missile to missile basis? Like, I don't understand what that means at all. It makes no sense to me. All right, so the alternative version of this is the SRM build with double SRM ammos. Oh, I see. Rather than each missile having a chance to hit or miss, the launcher calculates the odds of hitting and will not fire if all the shots would be a miss. If the shot would be a miss. Means losing the ability to take a shot with poor odds on it and at least getting some damage in. I don't know how that works. And okay, so we got the core idea of what it's supposed to be trying to do, but I have no idea what that looks like in terms of actual in combat. Does that mean when I'm under 50%, it just won't let me shoot? I wonder what the actual thing is for that. But anyways, let's get some streak ammo in here. Or not streak ammo, SRM ammo. This is interesting. This takes 2 tons. 25 extra ammo per ton. Okay. So we threw that in, for example. So doing this variant lets us have 5 extra tons to play with. We could switch back to these pulse lasers, perhaps. Or just up the number of lasers we can run. We can run 4 medium lasers, and we currently are not. That gets us all of our medium lasers again. Running a fair amount of ammo, still running case. I think this will cook our mech, though. There's no way we can support 3 medium pulse lasers, a medium laser, or 2 medium pulse lasers, 2 medium lasers, and the SRMs. Although we could eventually start upgrading this to get the heat sinks to do it. But currently, yeah, heat sinking 39, alpha strike 76. And the damage is down too, right? So the SRM damage is 60. So that's 120 off the SRMs. And then we pick up 2 medium pulses are 33 and 2 medium lasers are 20. So it's 40 off the lasers and 66 off that. So that's 106 and 120 there. So that becomes, what did I say, 106? So it's 226. And the other one already has more than that, just straight up off the fucking missile launchers. The heavy FSR, the HSRMs are really cool sounding. Okay. There's a chance they won't fire at all. It sounds horrendous. All right. So we're gonna, I think, looking at those 2 variants, there's no way we're heat efficient for this. We might eventually be able to be heat efficient with this if we can swap some heat sinks for some of the more advanced heat sinking abilities, but we don't currently have access to that right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is grab the HSRM, which was here, HMRM, excuse me. Drag that in. We're gonna pull the pulse lasers, keep the mediums. We're going to grab the ammo for this. Drop 2 rounds of that in. And then we're going to add armor. Do I have any XL engines? I don't think I have any engine upgrades right now. So nothing we can do with engine upgrades. We've been selling engines pretty regularly, which is fine. Okay, we've already done the missile accuracy one. The comm suite and the sensor sniper seems fine. So we just need to assign extra armor here. Or try to find half a ton and get another heatsink in. But I think I like it as is. Put the laser in the arm. Yeah, we could do that. Gives us a little bit of an accuracy boost there. It's a good catch. Do we have 9 days travel time left? Shit, I don't remember. RL5. I forgot about our rocket launchers. It's an interesting idea. I was expecting it to be here. This weighs half a ton. Oh, that would be sweet. Oh, that'd be really sweet. I like the idea of that. Uses our second launcher, uses our weight super efficiently. Ha. The double heat sink. I think the double kit sinks. All right, we can look at that. I don't think this does. We'll see. Okay, convert some X use double heat sinks. Let's just drag it over and see what it does. We're not allowed to have those regular heat sinks anymore. I think it requires that we run double heat sinks. So we'd pull these, I guess. But I don't think we're allowed to launch now. Installed in an invalid location. We have another heat sink there. Does that get rid of that debuff? It does. But our engine requires heat sinks be installed, right? Huh, tell me about this jet. This, I assumed I had to do something for this. So internal free 10. External 0, 0. Ooh. First select to use double heat sinks. Oh, I like that a lot. Look how much fucking heat efficient we just picked up. We could just throw a bunch more lasers on it. Okay, I don't have any double heat sinks, so I can't add heat sinks right now as much as I would like to. But we could put more weapons on it. I almost wish I'd kept that machine gun array. We're not at a system that we can check the store. This is 10 days time right now. DHS are expensive. Yeah. Well, we're gonna look at that. Okay, let's take a look at the travel time we have, because I want to be ready to do a mission when we land. But this is looking pretty fucking sweet, and we still have 3 tons to play with. And this is gonna massively up the damage on this guy from a really mediocre fucking mech to maybe a bit more of a fucking baller walking in with this shit. All right. So we're just gonna back out of here, casually losing all of our loadout changes. We are 10 days travel to where we want to go. All right. That's fine. We have 2 bays, and this is less than 10 days work. So we can spend a full 10 days on this if we want. I've been looking forward to doing this for 2 days, but we haven't been moving systems in 2 days, so this is super sweet. Okay, so the stuff that is 100% happening is the case system, the missile control accuracy system, the sniper sensor suite, we're gonna try the double heat sink. We need to pull the pleb single heat sinks off for this. Okay. We're going to install the weapon system that we've been unable to install because it's a 5-day. I mean, when we're not in transit, it's insane to spend 5 days of your mech installing weapon systems. We're going to pull the LRM because we don't care. We're going to install the ammo for this. All right. We have another heat sink. Then we already pulled it, I guess. So we're up on weight because we're running the medium pulses. So we need to pull at least one of these medium pulses for the weight. Not that one. This one. We were going to mount the rocket weapon system because we wanted to check it out. I kind of like the idea of it. The initial alpha just being like, fuck you damage, which seems hilarious to me. This is a weapon system. It's a short-range missile weapon system, the Death Blossom rocket. Okay. Maybe resign from jump jets. No, my jump jets, I like jump jets. Jump jets are really good for positioning. Okay. And then we've got, this is 9 days work. Do we want to keep the medium pulses? We have the weight for it. The other thing would be, well, we can drop this and split this up for double mediums from a medium pulse. And double mediums is more damage, more damage, more heat. I like pulses for accuracy. I don't disagree. I mean, we have to assume that after the first round that our heat goes way down, right? This is heat 9. We get 4 shots out of this. So realistically, 4 shots is kind of a lot. We get more than 4 too. We actually get 8 because we double ammo. So our heat efficiency actually is something to be concerned about. We don't want to have just, because we won't be able to. We can't add heat sinks to this right now. We could go underweight deliberately to get in a heat sink or 2 later. Our L5 does not require ammo. It's a one shot, has its ammo is internal. I don't know what volatile means. Heat goes to neutral after the first shot. We're adding 30, so jump jet, average jump jet heat is 10 supposedly. We'll buy it at 10. It's probably actually more than 10 because I tend to max my range on my jumps, but let's say it is 10. So we're hitting 30, 45, 60 heat around, venting 69, venting 60 around with the double medium pulses like this. Explode zone crit. Okay. This is close to where I want to be. The only thing to think about here is, do we want to switch out medium pulses? Do we want to add more armor to this, which I'm always happy to have, or do we want to switch out medium pulses for just mediums to up the damage? Armor is slow to fit, but I kind of like this. This keeps our medium pulses in use, keeps the stuff on the arms. We want to armor up the arms a little bit too, since we're now putting pretty important weaponry there that we can't replace. So I don't mind this. We're also getting a little bit closer. I would like more back armor. So maybe we just dump the rest of this in. Trying to keep this under 11 days. 65. Okay. Yeah, it's a matter of how much armor we want on that. I could also I could sacrifice 1 accuracy off this by keeping the medium pulse on the torso, which would let us do a little bit more in terms of not having to be quite as worried about the armor on this side. That's a little bit more sane. I guess we work it up until... Might be over armoring that. Okay, that's up at 11 days right there. So let's hit this on 10. We'll understand we're a little bit under, and next time we pull this, next time this comes out of a mission, we have a little bit of time, we can spend that repair time to do it. But right now we have to make the travel time. I want to try out these new weapon systems. So this seems pretty fucking sweet. Alright. Yeah, the line holder just got a big upgrade. Okay. Now, Hunchback, which is which? Hunchback there, line breaker there. These all go in like that. I'm gonna go to manage tasks. Let's make sure that line holder. No. Cancel. Go up there. Okay. Make that happen. All right. I think we're ready to move on. And yeah, we got some big fucking upgrades out of this. It's nice to get a little bit of time. We could have done more too if we hadn't got that -2 tech point modifier right before we did this. Just want a quick look at what's going on. I said pause, dude, pause. Okay, Panthers 1 more day, 5 days from this, 5 days travel out. That's pretty good. We can take a look once this Panther finishes if there's something we want to tweak. Any other changes we would like in the mech bay, since we have a couple days. Let's just do a quick parse of these, just to look, see if there's anything that we can see sticking out. Okay, we've got our sensor upgrades, got our FCS upgrades. We're on medium lasers here. We have no weight to redistribute on here, although we did up our heat sinking. So presumably we can keep going a little bit longer for this. The only thing we could think, there's no way, there's not enough slots to upgrade the armor to ferrofiber. So the next upgrade for this thing is probably the coolant system to dump single heat sinks, get up to double heat sinks, and then see. So if we pick up another one of those, that might be something to do, and then maybe we can upgrade medium lasers, start slowly upgrading them to medium pulse lasers for the additional damage. I think this is pretty good though. I'm happy with this. This is what I want this role to be. We just need to get our sensor suite powerful enough to actually support jumping in and shooting. So hopefully that will be good. All right, I'm happy with that. I don't want to look at the spider. Spider's fine. I'm happy with the spider. We're going to check out the TC barrage, and then we have to look at the Panther. The Panther, the only one I was interested in is, am I happy with the Pirate FCS? I think I am. All right. Then let's progress. All right.
That work order you submitted?
We've arrived at our destination, Commander.
Okay, we're here. Spider needs sensor upgrade. Pretty sure it doesn't. Pretty sure the Spider has the sensor we're running with it right now. Spider doesn't have any weapon systems, so I don't have to target with it. And it's running the battle computer as its sensor, which gives everybody else initiative, which I think is pretty relevant. Okay. I don't want to add an LRM to that PC. No, I don't have to wait for any of that. Okay, this looks pretty good to me. Let's check out our new mechs in combat. We had that nice travel time to really refit that line holder. Check the store? Sure, we can check the store. All right. Has an Atlas component for 3 million for 1/5 of a mech. Arc wielder, I don't know what a B pod is. Let's find out. One shot AoE only. Okay. Has a chainsaw. Oh my god. There's melee weapons called a chainsaw. Sweet. And a chain sword, which is like presumably a better chainsaw. Yes. Gauss Rifle Defiance. High damage, low range weapons with low heat. Neat. LRMs, medium pulses. What is a medium VSPL? Variable speed pulse lasers. Lower fire rates, gaining damage and accuracy. Neat. An armored cowl, which is presumably a cockpit upgrade. Nice. Plus injury resisted, modifier to guts. 5 armor and structure to the head. I want it. That's cheap too. Remind me to buy this when we come out of this mission. Don't have a lot of cockpit upgrades yet. FCS improved. Improved called shot location modifier by 10%. Zoom bonus goes up to 2 now instead of 1. It starts every 180 meters. So that now is a lot more interesting than it was before. Maybe more interesting than the pirate one, since we'll lose the ability to ignore cover, but we will pick up quite a bit of an accuracy boost. That's worth thinking about as well. Maybe a little bit expensive to actively purchase. Engine XL, don't know what this does. Minus 50% engine weight factor change. Nice. Oh, I see. So it takes up extra space and gives us increased weight. That's really nice as well. Gyro. Gain entrenched after walking. Weighs a lot. Another heat bank. I don't know what this is. Impact resistant heat sink. How is it any different? Oh, it's armor. Oh, I was mousing over the thing and reading that. Okay, so this is something different. Minus 30% reduced melee damage taken, 50% resistance critical hits, 6 fixed slots reserved. Wait, minus 50% resistance to critical hits. Is that a debuff or a buff? 20% tech point armor to repair. So, okay. Maybe on our melee mech. Reinforced is a structure. Shit ton of ammos. Cool. Any full mechs? No. Okay. All right. So we have some things we'd like to buy in this system. We'll check the missions in a second. Probably I need to grab water, etc. But let's find a mission first. Command center shows 17 days we got to pay people, so let's not get fucked up over that. Missions go up to 1.5 stars here. Let's take a look at negotiating against local pirate organization. Don't want to fuck with the Iron Commonwealth. Against Draconis Combine, that's okay. Against them. Pirate missions pay very well. Who's that against? This one's doable too, right? Planetary government, sure. Against people we want. This has a nice payout. Up to 4 and 17 on a 1-star negotiated contract. This maybe is too good to be true kind of thing. That one looks really nice. Against Comstar. Against Draconis Combine. Pays a lot, but versus Comstar. This is for somebody we're tanking rep with. Okay. Alright. We're gonna take this one. There. Yes. 100k and 4 salvage with 17 secondary salvage. Yes, please. Okay. Oh shit, the only thing we need to do is we need to level our mech warriors. We've had 10 days of travel time. They gain experience when they're passively sitting around, so we should have decent levels. Who and what do we want to bring for that? I want to try out our new glorious mechs. Question is, what do we wish to try them out with? 2556. Can't. Well, we can actually afford one more level up in one of these. -1 recoil penalty. That's very nice. Range increase. Base weapon hit is really nice too. So that could be a very nice upgrade to our ECM. This guy we haven't decided what we're doing with. No upgrades there. 44, we're waiting. I want to get the sensor bonus for this guy next. Death Crusade is one of our officers. Not a lot of experience here. Don't know what we're doing with him quite yet. Dustraker is our melee build. Why do we have Juggernaut and Tactician? I'm uncertain about that. Really the builds are really questionable to me right now. This is another one of our guys with Tactician, and I like the minus recoil penalty. Do those HSRMs have recoil? Do we know?
Ready to rock.
And is this our other bookish guy? It is. Okay. You can always reset skill points. Didn't know that. Is it expensive? Okay. I don't know. I don't know where that option is to retrain them. Okay. So we're gonna take this. An Arbiter.
Confirmed, Commander. Ready for orders.
And that makes him our most accurate dude. Okay.
Confirmed.
And I think nothing else right now, right?
Ready for orders.
This guy actually is ready for another one too. Control click on skill tab in barracks and retraining. It costs 500,000. Okay. What do we want to do about this? So this is our tactician. Continuing this, minus indirect fire penalty, minus minimum range, plus initiative, reduce hesitation. What does it do if we upgrade it more? View distance, which is not terrible. More reduced initiative, or more reduced hesitation, which is nice, and a called shot bonus, which is kind of nice too. So I don't know what we want on our front line yet. I've enjoyed having a stable firing platform for our PPC. So I like the combination of gunnery plus ace pilot for the PPCs. This has been really nice. I don't hate it in melee either, but it hasn't been quite as good in close range as it has in at long range. So it lets me set up in a position where I get the shot, then move, so I don't take the accuracy penalty. So this is, and especially with the minus recoil, this seems like a very good PPC pilot right now. Do we use call shots often? Not at the moment. We don't use call shots at all because it's too big of a penalty to hit. But I am wondering how much of a reduction that becomes if we get the next level of tactics. I should check next time we have test 9 and to see. Because it's like a 50% accuracy penalty for everybody else. But the view distance is nice too, since
I await your command.
that's not something our long range guys here have.
Good to go. Standing by. Commander.
This guy also has it, huh? We are eventually going to want some LRM boats, which is why I keep thinking this is going to be relevant at some day. Ace Pilot and Warlord is meta. Yeah, Warlord looks good when we get there, and Ace Pilot's been okay. I don't hate the reserving stuff for guys who commit to melee positions either, which is tactician heavy. All right, but we're going to go do this mission. I think that's enough level ups for now. There's one other one we could take, which would be on... who was it? Shit, I've already forgotten. Not that guy, because we're not bringing him. Oh, it's Pathfinder. We do actually want to make this decision. So this is already tactics and gunnery. We have 2 guys with tactics upgrades to get to sensor lock, which we're going to do. I don't think this is one of them. So I think this guy is going to go for Warlord. Which is just an accuracy thing now. Sure. All right.
Training complete.
Our 2 officers are Test 9 and Death Crusade.
Ready for orders.
Let's take this mission then. All right, Command Center. A lot of between mission timing here, but that's what I wanted. I wanted some time to do that. We're going to go for the high salvage one. Which apparently has fucking disappeared. No, it was this one. Okay. Bringing our new good stuff. Who do we want to pilot this stuff? That is the question. So we want our new Ace Pilot upgrade on the Panther. That's -1 recoil. I don't know if we should check. Do the SRMs have recoil?
Be with you in a second.
Doesn't say anything about recoil on that. So I'm guessing no. Let's just compare that to the Panther, which I think says recoil on the PPC. It does say 1 recoil. Okay. I have no idea if RNG was kind to me or not. This is my first playthrough of the game, so I have no idea. I have nothing to compare it to.
Take off your shoes. Make yourself comfortable.
I'm pretty happy with the drops we picked up, but that might just be because they're upgrades. I don't know how much more upgraded we could have been if we were luckier. All right, let's throw in Arbiter for the PPC. Great. We want to run one of our officers, either Test 9 or Death Crusade. I'm going to run Test 9 here. This is the Tactics Gunnery build with multi-targeting. I think we can run that here. And Pathfinder's the other guy I've been running with Test 9, which is fine. Also the same build. Kind of want another one of those. I could split them up. Let's try Ace Pilot here. Oh, but gunnery skill mitigates the jam chance. Alright, so swap those, I guess, like that then. Since this guy's 6 gunnery skill. And do we care who's running this? Presumably one day the tactician stuff's gonna matter. So maybe continuing to level Deadeye is worth something. It's either that or a melee guy. But let's run this like so. Okay. Go ahead and deploy. Quick break from me. Yeah, we're slightly underweight there. It's fine. Back in a minute.